It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard a classic from Def Leppard from their High and Dry release with the title track, and something brand new from the band Warrant featuring Robert Mason on lead vocal with Devil Dancer. And speaking of the Devil Dancer himself, I want to welcome my partner and friend, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Devil Dancer?
What is up, my friend? How are you?
Well, you having a good day today, huh?
Dude, it's just been everything went right today. One of those kind of days where literally everything I wanted to do got done today. And, just a good day.
Good.
Doesn't happen that way often, man. Usually it's like, oh, fuck, I'm trying to do 15 things. I don't get 2 done. Today, everything I wanted to get done got done. The only thing that didn't get done was taking a nap, but I actually slept last night, so surprise, surprise, I'm not tired.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll just step aside and let you lead the show.
All right. Let's call Rhonda. And
I'll let you take the helm.
No, we're not doing that. Let's not get stupid here. Then it would turn really quickly into from a good day to a bad day.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're in good spirits after a couple of weeks of just kind of being blah.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? Today was one of those days I had I had intended to do some writing today, and I did. And I literally had not written a word on the book in about 6 weeks. It had just been a while. So I just sat down and bang, blasted out a chapter in about an hour, blasted out about 23 type pages in an hour, that's always good when that happens, when it just falls out of my head.
Right.
So I did that, and then I had an interview with John Corabi today, so I chatted with Mr. Corabi for a little while, and that was kind of cool. And then the one thing, and I know I've talked about it on the air a little bit, but I've talked to you in person about it. I've been trying my damnedest to get this get-together together with my buddies from the military.
Right. You've been meaning to actually take some time off and actually do something you want to do.
Exactly. Well, needless to say, anytime you try to organize 8 people all over the country, it's just a bitch, and it was turning into being a bitch where I wasn't getting anywhere with anybody. And I was, you know how I do, dude. I take charge and that's it. And then I take charge.
Well, perhaps you could get a room at a hotel, let's say in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And maybe you could, start a crowdfunding campaign and fly all your buddies in.
All right. What's your end game here, Neely?
No, it's your end game. I'm just trying to help you facilitate that happening.
Well, I facilitated it happening because I took charge today. I stopped leaving it in other people's hands. I got on Facebook. I got everybody in a chat, and I said, this is what we're fucking doing. We're scrapping Vegas. We're doing it here, and you guys are all coming here. Y'all can stay here because it was turning into, dude, like everything else, man. Everybody's at different points in their life. You got some that are married, some that are single, some that have kids, some that have adult kids, some that don't have great jobs where they can throw $2 or $3 grand away, for a weekend, some that do, et cetera, et cetera. So I just organized it all up and said, look, we can turn the Man Palace into a hotel for all I care, and that's what we did. We organized it out. Everybody agreed. We were going to do it over Labor Day. So there'll be no show that weekend. Just giving you a heads up, giving you plenty of room in case you want to do a show by yourself. September 2nd is all yours.
Sure.
Or you can come here because I'm sure we're going to have a huge party.
I'm sure you will. Hopefully it won't involve local law enforcement.
Well, I'm not going to promise anything, but it'll be a Chris Aiken special, so whatever that turns into. But I got that organized today, and everybody's on board, and we worked out where people are going to stay and how much hotel or people that do want to stay at a hotel, what that's going to cost, what we're going to do while they're here. All that shit got worked out today, which was a major, major thing for me because I was, it's already fucking middle of April and we were talking about July and there was nothing on the table. So got that all worked out. Got book stuff done, got regular work stuff done. It was a good day, man.
All right, excellent. Well, it was just a very low-key, mellow day for me today. I actually went out last night. Not anything crazy. I just went out since the weather was getting nice, and I had somewhat of a little bit of a personal celebration yesterday.
For yourself?
Yeah, for myself.
What are you celebrating?
Well, you know the reason.
Oh yeah. Because you made a mill 5 in a week.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought, you know what? I rarely. And here's the weird thing. I've been in this area for about 13 years.
Right.
And it's so infrequent that I don't even go out about the local area here that I'm surprised when I do go out and go, when did they build that? Where did that come from? Like a whole hospital building was removed and there's like another building in its place and things like that,
And how far away was that from your place?
About 3 miles.
So 3 miles from your place, they had enough time to tear down a hospital and build another building.
Yeah, exactly.
Without you noticing.
Without me noticing, yeah. Which just goes to show you, I don't go out. Not around here anyway.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Jeez.
So I thought, you know what, the little local area that they've been, I'm going to use a modern term here that's been gentrified.
Right.
That they've been, sprucing up the area and new businesses are moving in, small independent restaurants and bars and that kind of thing are, moving in. And when I did, travel to the quote unquote downtown area, I noticed that there were some newer places going up. So I thought, you know what, it's a nice night out. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go grab a couple of drinks, maybe get a quick bite, just see what's happening around the town.
Okay.
And I felt like going down the middle of Mayberry RFD or something. I'd say hey to Andy and Barney and,
hey,
stop
doing?
in to see Floyd the barber,
Stopped in, got a trim.
Exactly. So went to a little place down here, had a couple of drinks, got a sandwich, just kind of hanging out there a little bit. Everybody's into this watching the Masters.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, so I'll get into that a little bit. And then, so I went to one place first, and, I was there for a little while, and then I thought, well, you know what, I'm just going to walk down the sidewalk here, see what else is going on.
Right.
So I went down about 2 blocks, and there was another place. It was called M&L, which I was just like, okay, what is this? So I walk into this joint, and it's a kind of a little restaurant bar. And so I walk up, and the bar was kind of crowded. There were probably about 12, 18 people, middle-aged people, sitting around the bar. It's kind of, it's not real upscale, but it's not some kind of like a BW3 or something. It's not like a sports bar or anything, but it's
just a bar.
Yeah, it's just a middle class bar.
Right. Okay.
So I walk up, and there was one seat on the corner of the bar there. This was kind of an L-shaped bar.
Okay.
So there's one seat on the corner. There was a couple on one side, and there was these 2 gentlemen sitting on the other side.
All right.
You saw my text last night.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm getting into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I walked up, and I just said, hey, is this seat taken? And, the guys to the right there, nope. The couple said, nope, it's not taken. So I sit down there. And the girl behind the bar, she walks up, of course, and she's asked me, if she could get me a drink and if I'm going to be eating with them. I said, nope, I already ate. I just came here to get drunk.
Right.
Of course, that's not me. But of course, I had just being funny. So the guy sitting to the right of me there, clearly this was a gay couple.
Okay.
Two middle-aged guys, very... I don't know very metro looking.
Yuck.
Sitting there together, enjoying drinks and sharing.
What were they wearing?
They were wearing dress clothes, like business attire, but it wasn't your typical just, plain suit. It was like a little more flamboyant, like plaid.
Goatees, like the real clean.
No. These weren't like millennial gays. They were probably in my age range, probably in the 50s, maybe.
50.
They were distinguished. They were distinguished gentlemen,
Distinguished queens.
Yeah, more or less. But they were sitting there sharing some entrees together,
Is that them in the picture that Nathan just posted?
Let me take a look. Let's see what Nathan posted.
Too young.
No, that's not them. No, that's not them. But anyway, so when I said I just came here to get drunk, the one guy turns to me and he says, well, I admire your honesty. And I said, well, we have a great president in the office now that basically speaks his mind. So I guess we're all allowed to say whatever we want.
Oh, boy.
Instant mood change.
Okay, see you later. Goodbye.
Instant mood change.
Bartender, check.
Immediately turned his back toward me and back toward his friend there.
That's funny.
I could just see the mood change.
Ugh.
So I sat there and there was another guy and his chick down at the other end of the bar to my left, and the one guy just basically raised his glass to me.
Nice.
So it was just kind of a weird vibe in there,
Yeah.
And I sat there and had a couple of screwdrivers.
All right.
And just kind of shooting the shit with whoever would listen,
Right.
But I was just like, this is the reason why I don't go out. Because it's just not my scene, It's just not where I belong, or it's just not my hang. But it was funny nevertheless.
So did you end up turning into the desperate old man just looking for someone to talk to?
No, not at all. I mean, the bartendress, the gal who kind of ran the place and was running the bar, she was very chatty, Right. So periodically she'd swing by and chit chat with me a little bit, and wanted to know a little. Where are you from? What do you do? Because I clearly am out of place. I mean, you've seen me recently. My hair's like halfway down my back now, and
right,
sort of got the whole dog the bounty hunter thing and going on, and this is a very conservative area for the most part. So this is like, who the fuck is this guy?
Did the bartender offer you Johnny cakes?
No, this is a chick. This was not a fireman dude.
Oh, just checking.
No, nothing like that.
Making sure you didn't stumble into the gay bar.
No, it wasn't a gay bar, I can tell you that. But it was just interesting, to say the least. It was just kind of a strange environment for me, because this was just basically middle class. I don't even know how to explain it. It doesn't have. It's not real casual, but it's not real dressy. But it's the price range, you wouldn't find young people in there, because it was it wasn't like real expensive, but it wasn't Applebee's.
It was about $5 a drink.
Oh, it was higher than that.
Oh, really? What is considered out of the millennial range?
Like $9 a drink.
Wow, $9 a drink.
Yeah, $9. Yeah.
I don't think I'd pay that unless I was at like a ball game or something.
Yeah, well, I had 3, and it was almost $30.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Gone home. $30. You could have bought a whole fucking bottle and a bottle of
Well,
orange juice.
it wasn't about getting drunk or something. It was just being able to go out and just get out a little bit.
Well, and with the money you're making these days, whatever.
Exactly.
You're like, whatever. Give me the whole bottle.
Exactly.
No problem.
Well, I will tell you this. They didn't serve you orange juice with your screwdriver out of the bottle. They actually went and squeezed the oranges.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was the whole organic thing,
This was a very highbrow place.
Yeah. So she says, well, you're going to have to wait a few minutes because we haven't finished squeezing the oranges.
When you were like, girl, I got a lemon for you to squeeze, honey.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was kind of a weird thing for me, but I went out and about and,
by yourself?
Yeah. Well, who am I going to go with, dude?
I don't know. Steve. I don't know.
Steve. Come on. He's a married dude. His wife hates me.
Yeah, that is true.
His wife and your former roommate, identical.
Oh, really? She hated you that bad, huh? Steve's wife does?
Absolutely.
I never understood why mine hated you so much. I really never got it.
I'm just a hateable guy, I guess.
You know, I mean, I always was like, you know, at least, and I used to argue this with her, at least when I was with you, there was zero chance of me getting arrested.
That is true.
I used to say that to her all the time. I was like, you know, because she used to bitch and moan when I would go and do the CMS with you down at STB.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? This is the dumbest argument ever. You can turn on the radio and hear what I'm doing. You can hear that I'm not getting fucked up and not, you know, banging chicks on the side. And, you know, I'm going to come home stone sober because we're not drinking at the station. Because you didn't even drink at that point, I don't think.
Very little.
You may have, but I mean, I don't think I saw you drink until I came to Chicago that first time.
Yeah, probably. I'm not a big drinker. I never have been, still am. I'm still not. I mean, you know, I'm social. I'm a social drinker at the most.
Yeah. So, you know, I was always like, how can you hate this guy? You know? And she was like, well, every time you're with this guy, you say the worst things. I was like, what? You think he's telling me to say this shit?
I'm like, you're like David Berkowitz. You're listening to a dog in your ear and telling you to do things.
I was like, babe, I just got to tell you, those fucked up thoughts are my own.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one with the sick fucking mind, not him. You know, was he the one that told me to paint your name on your belly in fucking period blood? I don't think so.
Right.
I think that was me. I was the sick fuck. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But no, she blamed you for everything.
Of course. Dude, if I could go back and recount all the things that I've been blamed for over my existence, I was actually having that discussion earlier this week with somebody about how often I've been blamed for stuff that had nothing to do with me.
Right.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, well, I know that had to be counted. My ex, everything about you had to be counted in that discussion.
Absolutely.
One of the dumber arguments I've ever had, over and over and over.
Right.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad I can bring back some happy memories for you.
Thanks a lot. I was in such a good mood.
I'm sure you're going to blame me for this.
Yeah, Neely, you ruined my night, you fuck.
I was having such a perfect day until you came along.
You know what? It's still perfect. You know why? Because I can turn around and I can look down this hall as I am, and no, I don't have any kind of a bitch banging on my window, taping notes about what an asshole I am.
That'll be one of my all-time favorite memories.
One of the worst memories of all time. Her just fucking... What did the note say?
I don't know what the note said. All I know is she was standing at that sliding glass window, banging on it, and pointing at a note that she taped to the window. And
it said, we'll talk about this after.
I didn't know what the note said, but...
It said, we'll talk about this after your friend leaves.
Oh, my.
And I was like, oh, boy. Just walking into the fucking fire pit.
Yeah. Now, somehow, some way, when all your army buddies show up on your doorstep, the ones that are happily married, they may go home and not be so happily married anymore.
Well, you know, dude, that was kind of a conversation today. Was one of the guys that's married wants to bring his wife.
What?
And I was like, dude, really?
No. What guy would even suggest that me and my buddies from the army are getting together for a dude's weekend and I'm bringing my wife?
It came up immediately.
What?
There's always one. And my answer was very direct and clear. I was like, you can do what you want, but I'm telling you now, I'm not toning down. And most wives can't take what I am.
Yeah, this isn't a couples retreat.
No, I'm not going to go and find myself a girlfriend for the weekend so we can sit around the campfire and sing songs together.
Right.
No, it's going to be recounting fucking blowjobs that I got in bathrooms in the fucking Arizona, and you know, when this one fucked that one in Arizona, it's going to be remembering old fun times. You know, that's what it's about.
Well, if that's the case, you're not going.
Well, that may end up being the case, but because that is the case.
You're not going.
Okay. I just couldn't believe that it can't. Can I bring someone? Oh,
what guy would even think that?
This one.
Can't imagine.
Dude, he was, when we had this crew, we called ourselves the Group from Hell. We actually recorded an album, which supposedly somebody's going to bring.
Okay.
And I will bring it to the show once I get it, because it has studio quality recordings of me at 19 singing Pour Some Sugar on Me and Funky Cold Medina.
Yeah, you discussed that on the show before.
Yeah, but I don't have my tapes because, of course, they got destroyed by a former roommate.
Right.
But allegedly I'm going to have them when this thing happens.
Oh,
so
okay. That'll
be fun. But we used to call ourselves the Group from Hell, and there was like 5 of us, and we used to just run fucking crazy. And he was always the one that was trying to calm me down. You know, he was always the one saying, dude, you might want not to drink that much, or you're supposedly getting married. What are you doing fucking around with that girl or whatever? You know, he was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was always trying to keep me in line.
He was trying to be the voice of reason.
He was. He absolutely, we were talking about it today about listing everybody in order of, wildest to not wildest. And of course, everybody listed me as wildest. I was like, Jesus Christ. But then again, I was the one that got arrested, and I was the one that got in fights, and, because I was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Out of control. That was just out of Korea, so I was way out of control.
Sure.
But, where I'm going with this is that hasn't changed very much. I talk to these guys now, and the only thing that has changed is the number 2 wild guy is now probably number 4, and the former number 3 is definitely right next to me, because he travels to Bangkok just to fuck chicks for fucking. He does. He takes vacations every year, goes to Bangkok just to fuck as many whores as he can.
Wow, look at that. It's a
perfect.
perfect.
And I are kindred spirits.
Yeah, it's the perfect name for that city too.
Yeah, Bangkok.
Exactly.
But he's living the dream a little better than I am. But I'm still. I would think because of our careers. You know how I live, dude. I live kind of radical, and by day he's a cop. So, it's like, his day-to-day is very controlled. My day-to-day is very whatever the fuck happens.
Right.
So I would think I still maintain my title as wildest, but not by a big margin.
Sure. If this guy is traveling the world just to get some puss.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense because he's got a smoking hot girlfriend, fiance, whatever. I don't know why he's traveling the world to get some puss, but he certainly is.
Okay, well.
Good for him.
There's got to be a reason for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, because the pussy in Thailand is fucking fantastic.
Very nice.
I've been there. I'll tell you why, because the pussy over there is fantastic. And it really doesn't cost a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, you could probably, if you go to Bangkok, I don't know now, but when I went to Bangkok in 1988 or so obviously it's a huge difference in time or whatever, but when I went to Bangkok, I was there 4 days, and I think I banged 5 hookers, and I don't think I spent $30.
Wow, look at you.
It was all, dude, you just go out on the street, $5 GI.
Right.
Yep, okay. That, what was the movie where they were picked? Was that Good Morning Vietnam? Where they were in Vietnam and they were picking up corpse?
No. That was the one with Major Cowboy.
Major Cowboy.
Tommy
Jones?
No. The guy in the movie. What the hell? Platoon.
Platoon. Yeah. Oh, Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
No, not. Yeah. Charlie Sheen. Yeah. Platoon
She was in it.
Yeah.
It was. It was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just chicks coming up to you. You want fun time? $5. Okay, cool. $5 it is. Let's get this dick in that mouth. Let's go. That was how it was. And I was only, like I said, I was only there 4 days, and I banged out 5 chicks.
Wow, look at you.
Did not care. Dude, overseas is a license. It's a license to fuck. I don't care what people say about the military. That's what people do when they go overseas. They
Sure.
fuck. You know, any of you ladies that have husbands overseas and you think they're being fucking faithful to you, they are lying to you. There was a couple, I was writing about this today, actually. There were a few people, like Korea was a 12-month run, okay?
Uh-huh.
You had to be there 12 months. You were allowed to take 30 days of vacation anywhere within it. So what a lot of people did was did their 11 months and took that last month to leave. You know, they would leave them so that they could leave early.
Mm-hmm.
And they would go over there and just be fucking miserable fucks. Sit in their room, not do anything, not party, not enjoy it, not go. Even if you weren't chasing pussy, they wouldn't even like go out and like go and see, you know, the culture or whatever. They just sat in their room and sulked until it was time to leave.
Okay.
And I used to just be like, man, you're wasting such a fucking opportunity. You know, I mean, how many times are you going to get to go 10,000 miles away and see another culture for free?
Right.
You know, but these guys, they would do their 11 months and they couldn't wait to fucking leave. Then there was me. I did my 12 months, did what was called a voluntary extension. So I stayed a second year because I was having so much fun. I stayed a second year in Korea. And then when it was time for me to leave, I lucked out and my school that I was going to in Arizona didn't start for like 3 months. Mm-hmm. So I ended up getting 3 extra months in Korea. So where I was supposed to do 12 months, maybe 11, I did 27 months.
Wow.
Loved it. And when I came home, one of the first things I did, I was talking to my mom one day when I was home, and I was like, you know, would it be such a bad thing if I just moved back to Korea? When I get out of the service? I really contemplated moving back to Korea and living there forever. But I ended up deciding against it because obviously I got married and life jumped in the way. But I also was like, if I do that, I'll die. You know, 'cause I'll drink myself to death, or, you know, not having the military police to get me out of trouble could be a problem.
Sure.
You know, I just saw it as way too many opportunities for me to die or end up in a prison or something.
Sure.
So it just didn't play out. But yeah, Korea was, it was a different animal. And overseas, see, Jackal's even saying it in the chat room. He went to the Philippines. He says it sounds just the same. And it is. It's, dude, the Orient, the women want American cock. Period. They're willing to, they'll pay. They'll accept very little for white American cock.
Okay.
That's what they want.
All right.
And you know what? I was happy to give them what they wanted. Just out of my community spirit, I was happy to help out.
Sure. You were doing the Lord's work.
I was.
You were. It was a mission for you. You were on a mission as a missionary over there.
Yeah, I was doing the missionary work in the missionary position, I guess.
Right, exactly. I knew there was a giving spirit within you.
I was. Dude, I can't even tell you how much cum I gave. Gallons.
I gave at the office.
Oh, my God. Dude, do you think in your life you came 5 gallons of cum?
Boy, I couldn't tell you.
If you had to guess.
Boy, that's a lot.
That's a lot of cum.
It is.
But that's everything. That's every time you've ever banged a chick, every blowjob that's ever fucking been done well, and you know, every time you've jerked off since you were however old you started jerking your dick.
That is a lot. I couldn't even venture to guess.
5 gallons sounds like a lot.
It does sound like a lot.
But you know what? You eat healthy, so I'd imagine you have a fucking twice the average guy.
Yeah.
Because you do eat well.
Sure.
You know. 5 gallons. Let me look this up.
Let me see.
What?
10 cc's divided by...
What does the average man, what amount of cum? What amount?
10, it's 10 cc's.
No, I mean in the lifetime.
Oh, in a lifetime.
Does a man secrete in a lifetime? Let's see if there's an answer. See how good Google is here. Wow. I got absolutely nothing that fits in there.
Wonder if Siri would know.
Let's ask. Hey, Siri, how much cum does a man put out in a lifetime on average?
Let me think about that. My web search turns something up for how much cum does a man put out in a lifetime on average.
All right. Thank you, Siri. How much semen will the average man ejaculate in a lifetime? Oh, it did find it.
Wow.
Let's see what it says. Thanks. I'm glad you brought Siri into this. On Yahoo Answers. Average volume of semen per ejaculation, 1 to 2 teaspoons. Average number of times a man will ejaculate in his lifetime, 7,200.
7,200, right.
Yep. Average amount of lifetime ejaculate, 18 quarts. Average speed of ejaculation, 28 miles per hour. Wow.
So that's almost 5 gallons. That's 4.5 gallons.
Look at that. I was close.
You were close. 4.5 gallons.
4.5 gallons.
If it's 18 quarts, as long as you're not Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, I got to think with my Korea time, I have to be more than that.
Yeah, so 4.5 gallons.
Wow.
It's a lot.
So, let's see here. Hey, Siri. How many men are there on the planet Earth?
The population of the world is about 3.48 billion people.
Oh, well, that doesn't help me, you fuck. Would you say half of that is men?
Yeah, I guess you would have to say half.
So let's say one. Let's open the calculator here. Calculator. I just want to see how much cum there is on this planet. So there's.
Wow, you are on a tangent tonight.
There's 1.2 million men.
No, billion.
Oh, billion. So 3 more zeros. 4 more zeros. There we go. 1,200,000,000 times 5 equals. So with the current population on the planet right now, there's roughly 6 billion gallons of cum that will be ejaculated.
That's human cum.
Human cum. 6 billion gallons. Jeez, oh man. That's a good amount of cum.
Yeah, you could build several swimming pools with that.
Boy, would you like to swim in that? Ugh.
Nice.
Just fucking hit it like fucking diving into a soft Jello bowl.
Oh, nice.
Ugh, just be like quicksand. You slowly sink down. Then you come out. You got like a salt ring on your fucking ass, like a car driving through snow.
A salt ring.
A salt ring.
Where's your mind at tonight, Mr. Aiken?
You know what? I'll just tell you. I was one of the people coming to this thing is this one girl, Amy, that she used to run with us, and she is, you know how Stephanie is, where like you could say anything and she doesn't get all girly and fucking weak. Well, this girl Amy is like that as well.
Oh, so, there's going to be a girl there?
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a girl there? How many other girls are going to be there?
Well, hopefully none. But
no wonder I couldn't bring my wife.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, now you're starting to play into, now you sound like the conversation of this afternoon.
Of course. I know how it goes, dude. That's why I'm not involved with that bullshit.
Yeah, I know. But she's going to come to this thing, and I don't know, where was I going with this? What was I talking about?
She can hang with the guys is what you're trying to say.
That's what I was really trying to say, is that she could hang with us, and so this kind of talk, I guess, would be acceptable.
Sure. Well, if she plans on hanging out with, how many guys are there?
7.
Seven guys and her?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. You know, the sad part is I had such a crush on her when we were there. She was really hot. Little blonde, big tits. Oh, she was hot. Still looks pretty hot, being really honest, but she always had a thing for my other friend.
Okay.
I hated that. I mean, I loved it, but I hated that because I was like, oh man, if she wasn't banging my other friend, I would totally have been like trying to.
Sure.
But because, you know, A, she was hot, and B, she was the kind that I didn't have to watch my mouth with, which that, you know, that's rare.
So she was just like one of the fellas.
Pretty much, if the fellas had big, perfect tits.
Right. And what is her story these days? Is she not married?
She is no longer married.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
She is happily single.
And what area of the country does she live in?
Florida.
Oh, and she's coming up for that too, huh?
She's coming up.
All right.
I put the open invite out. Everybody said they were coming. So.
All right. Wow. Sounds like quite the party.
It's going to be fun. I'm just happy to finally get it together instead of, we've been trying to get this thing together for 2 fucking years.
Well, you know how it goes, dude. People are not just going to collectively make a decision. Somebody always has to step to the front and be the leader.
Yeah. And today I just was like, you know what? I'm making this decision.
Sure.
Give me some dates that you guys, that I picked one guy, the guy that I knew was the most busy. And I said, give me the dates that you can do. He gave me 2 dates. I picked one that worked for me. And then I started, you know, then I fanned it out. This is the date. Are you coming? Are you not? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. That's the date. Go buy some plane tickets. So now it's happening.
Well, as long as the wife approves.
Well, you know what? Let me ask. Oh, she does.
Nice. This is my girlfriend right here. Siri, beatbox for me. Oops, Siri's not answering me.
What's the matter with Siri?
All right.
Have you trained Siri yet?
Siri, I need you to beatbox for me.
Here's one I've been practicing: boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. I could do this all day. Cats and boots and 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 cats.
There you go.
Let me see. Hey, Siri. What is my name?
You're Chris, but you asked me to call you Great One.
Nice.
Dude, it's funny, too, because when I get a voicemail, it goes, Great One, you have a voicemail.
Right, exactly. See, we're moving so much closer to the perfect companion right there.
Dude, just stick Siri in the head of one of those fucking fuck dolls.
One of those real dolls, yeah, there you go.
You got it. That would be as good as any. It would be better than any girlfriend I would ever want.
Well, there you are. That's all it takes now, right? The technology is here. It just needs to be meshed together and put into a working prototype.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. It would be like an asshole and a pussy that you can fuck, and it can do algebra of any calculation. It's perfect. And it could give you directions.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and it can beatbox, as you just proved.
Sure.
Wow. Siri rules.
Siri, what time is the Classic Metal Show on? Siri's a little slow on the uptake.
What the fuck, Siri?
I don't see any movies matching Classic Metal Show playing nearby today.
She thinks it's a movie. I'm going to have to take her in the back and teach her a lesson.
Yeah, come on, Siri. Let's see if it knows the other one. Hey, Siri. What time does Eddie Trunk's radio show come on?
I'm not finding anything for Eddie Trunk's radio.
Yeah, me either.
Very nice. All right, dude. Well, we already are in almost the 1 hour gone already.
Wow.
It's gone that fast.
Yeah.
But I noticed we've got some newer faces or names in the Classic Metal Show chat room. So if you want to be part of the Classic Metal Show chat room while we're live here on the air,
all right,
you can join us over at chatandkill.com, chatandkill.com. Just spell that out and sign in with any one of your social media names, etc., and you can be part of the chat room and whatnot. We got some.
Greg Allman. I see Greg Allman is in there.
Greg Allman's in there.
Look at that.
Well, since the Allman brothers called it quits, I guess he's got time on his hands.
Yeah, no kidding.
Welcome, Greg. Greg Allman.
Did they sing "Can't You See"? Is that them?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that's the Marshall Tucker Band, isn't it?
I don't know.
They're all Southern fried rock.
You know who did that song the best?
Who did that?
I request you play it. 33 Love Child.
They did a cover of that?
They did a cover of that. And so did Blackstone Cherry.
Okay.
Pick one. You can pick either one.
All right. Well, I was going to play an earlier request, but I will play that as well. I saw that I think it was Eddie Rocks in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to hear some Tremonti.
All right.
I know that you're a fan.
I am very much so.
And then I'll play some of that Can't You See?
All right.
Since Greg Allman's in the chat room.
All right, for Greg.
I'm sure he doesn't mind being paid tribute to.
No, not at all.
Since he's not in the Marshall Tucker Band.
since we know his career so well, we don't know what fucking songs he sang.
Yeah, I believe that's Marshall Tucker Band. But anyway. All right, well, go get a drink. We're going to get things rolling here. Be part of the Classic Metal Show. Jump in the chat room and all that good stuff. So anyway, I got a request here for some Mark Tremonti from the band Tremonti. And this one is called Wish You Well.
All right.
It's Tremonti exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.